Welcome back to movementprofessional.com. So today we're going to do a single apparatus mobility routine utilizing a PVC pipe. So every movement we do is going to be 20 repetitions, progressing in speed from slow to fast. Start slow in order to get the technique down. Feel that you're actually doing the movement properly. And then as you loosen up and you're confident that you're doing the movement properly, you move a bit faster to get yourself ready for the speed in which of the activity that you're going to do. So if it's going to be a warm-up before a workout and you're going to be moving at with some speed, you want to make sure that your warm-up eventually gets to a speed similar to what you're going to be doing. Same thing with the sport. Alright, so we're going to start with the PVC overhead, and we're just going to get the shoulders mobile, get in a nice wide stance, start slow, look up, side to side. And there's a bit of a rotation. The more you look up to the ceiling, you're getting a side shift rotation. All right, but you're also just working your overhead position. So when you're gripping the PVC, have a nice light grip, but also you're trying to create a little bit of a rotation with your thumbs back. All right, and you're going side to side to start. So 20 each way, and then we're going to bring it down, overhead, touch the shoulders down to the hips, touch the shoulders 20 times. Just getting the upper body moving. Start slow. Try to keep a sense of that you're trying to break the bar, but not the most aggressive force you can use, because you still want to be able to be mobile. So the tighter you are, the less mobile you'll be, but you do want to have a little bit of tension there so you keep your shoulders stable. Alright, so if I'm here and I'm going overhead, it's not where I want to be, so I want to be trying to have a nice little gentle opening, like you're trying to screw your shoulders into the socket the whole way down and back. Alright, so after 20 there, we're just going to rest it right on the shoulders, get into a hip hinge position, spin your feet into the ground, so you're on the outer edge of your feet, your butt should already be on, and you're just hinging, eyes look down, butt runs away from the head, come up, nice straight line. Alright, so you're trying to just gently bend the bar over your shoulders, so that'll keep your shoulders active and right between your shoulder blades active. Start slow, make sure you feel the stretch, that you're not falling back, and then that you're not bending your knees too much, but you're shifting into the heels and reaching your butt away from your head, and then come up. And once that feels normal, loosen it up, you go 20 nice and quick. You can come on up. Alright, then we're going to do the same thing, but we're going to take the PVC, one hand on top, the other hand down bottom. Alright, and there's a variety of ways you can do this depending on your shoulder range of motion. So the easiest way is to take the top and bottom parts of the stick and just kind of push into the top of the back of your head and push into your tailbone and make contact. Same hip hinge, 20 that side, 20 that side. If your shoulders are a little bit more mobile and you want to test them out, you go knuckles into the lumbar curve and the top hand into the cervical curve, and you try to maintain that, but you won't be able to go as far without the bottom part coming off of your tailbone, because your shoulders are going to be a little bit stiffer. So that's fine, because that can become more of a shoulder mobility workout for you, so you don't worry about going as far. So work yourself into arms farther away, so you can get deeper into the hip hinge, and then come back up into a little bit more of a shoulder mobility hip hinge while you try to get your hands a little closer together. Alright, you got 20 each hand position. From there, we'll go back to bar across the shoulders, get back into this hip hinge, and now we're going to add a twist. So if you look at me from the front, what you don't want to see is this knee drifting with it. I'm keeping a nice stable base, and I'm just moving from the upper back. And just creating thoracic rotation, side to side, 20 times each way, or you count to 40. Then drop down here, press overhead, and pull back. You can get a little lower with each press if your body allows it. 20 there. Alright, then back up. Looking at getting some shoulder mobility into half of a front rack position. You're going to have your pinky up, grab the top of the PVC, pull across with your opposite hand, so your elbow comes inside of your wrist. And you want to just oscillate there for a bit, 20 pulses, and then you're going to do 20 mini squats, having the PVC posting on the outside of the thigh, and just 20 bounces here. Switch to the other side. Notice the asymmetry. My left is much tighter. Oscillate, just loosen the shoulder up first. Post the PVC to the outside of the thigh. Notice the foot position not falling in. All right, so you're going to push out into the PVC. Use your other hand so that the elbow doesn't drop. Okay? And you might not be able to get as deep if you have a tighter shoulder. All right, so you got 20 each side there. Then we're going to use the PVC as a little bit of a support structure, getting into a half kneeling position. All right, and we're going to lean forward into the ankle. So it's a little bit of a support structure here. Mobilize the ankle, use the other hand to push down, and then come back. All right, so just in and out 20 times, and then we're going to move this into an open half kneeling position, using the PVC for some support, working into the ankle, opening up the hips. And this is basically, it's a little bit of a guide for you so that your knee doesn't fall in. So just keep it posted right by your knee, right by your ankle, and it'll give you feedback if you're wanting to fall in. All right, so you get 20 each side there. And then we can use it just as a warm-up to work on getting up and down from a half kneeling position, or basically a version of a lunge, again, as a guide for if your torso is coming forward. So you want to keep this up in front of you. You can hold on as much as you need if balance is an issue, but often if you don't have a problem with balance, you're just going to need to use it so you don't lean forward into it. And it's going to be standing up, coming right back down. The closer you bring it to your face, the more it'll help you keep a nice upright torso position. And then you're warming up this leg, up and down 20 times each side. Get as close as you can to your face. All right, and then you're pushing up, pushing up. All right, you have 20 on each leg there. All right, so that should be a nice little warm-up using just a PVC pipe to get you nice and loose, and also start to activate some movement patterns and isolate some muscles that you may be missing due to compensation. All right, if you have any questions, reach out to me at movementprofessional.com. See you next time.